Hello everyone. What is going on? Don't mind me, just pulling up my own stream on my phone to make sure my mic and stuff is working. Hello everyone. Hey, working on the first try. Cool. Mr. Pin Writer, welcome back. Super Vector, I don't know if you chose sleep or fun, but welcome. No, Scouting Spartan, Zeriok, what is up everybody? Charles P, welcome back. Newton's Fourth, welcome back. Yep, the misadventures of Sombra continues. Alright, this is going to be a very exciting episode for me, and I'm going to keep it a secret about why. Oh, super, you chose to stay up. I cannot endorse that idea, but I appreciate it. What is up? I feel like I can read your name okay, Hathaladius, but I struggled to say it. That was right. I think that sounded good. Yeah, oh yeah, you know, I wanted to add something to my list of quests for today. Fashion. Yeah, fashion. We're gonna try to buy a new outfit at some point today. Yeah, shoot, so where to begin? Well, it all started on Wednesday evening where I got super excited to stream. Hey, before we get too into this, I want to run something by y'all, okay? I put a new donations link in my, oh, hold up, pages, a letter for you, Sombra, and hands you a note. So we got a note. Let's see what this is from. Is this just the main quest? Yeah. All right. Hythlodia. Yeah, I said it wrong again. Okay, H, I got you. Hythlo? Heathlo? I don't know. Okay, so here's the idea that I gotta tell y'all about. So, this part's a little bit uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to saying like, hey, donate to my channel, and that's not what I'm asking. But what I do want to say is if you want to consider donating to my channel, use this new link in my description. The link is gonna stand out to you some because it's to a website called Tithely. All right, hear me out, okay? I made a little presentation for you to see how this works, okay? Here's basically why I would rather you use Tithely instead of Super Chat. All right, if it's not obvious, Tithely is how you donate to my church, and here are some benefits to it. Okay, one, it's tax-free. It can be a write-off for you if you want. This way, YouTube does not take a cut of the money, whereas with a Super Chat, they'd get a pretty good chunk of it. And to be honest, a lot of my reason for doing the YouTube thing these days is to get a little, I don't get a lot of money off YouTube, but the money I do get, I just try to give to my church because we don't have like a full-time priest right now and we can't really afford one. So we want to be able to like afford a priest, and that's hard for us right now. And I'm like a father of a young child in a tiny house that is too expensive for me. So I don't have like the ability to give a certain percentage of my income like a normal person would. So like, this is just like the only thing I can think of. Like, I'm trying to be creative in a way that I can get money for my church without like breaking the bank and like causing any sort of poverty on my family, right? So use the Tithely link and select general donation if you want to, from the drop-down menu, if you want to give me a donation. I realize that some people are going to join the party after the fact and they might donate through Super Chat. It's all appreciated, no matter what. But if you can have the, like, I guess if you hear this message and you're on board with supporting somebody's local Orthodox parish, please feel free. I'd really appreciate it. All right, here's my idea for we have Patreon at home, okay? It's not a subscription thing, but I'm now accepting bribes. If you want to like use a Tithely donation to bribe me, here are just like some ideas I've come up with. It's nothing official. I'm just jotting stuff down, but like if you give me a couple bucks and let me know that you did it, you can give me a quest or a challenge that would be relevant for my character to do. Like I don't know, this character might want to assassinate someone or go like hunt a lich, although that's already on our list. Or if there's a Daggerfall class that you want me to play, you can send it my way and just donate me $5. I'll pay it on like a separate stream. Or you can bribe me to play a different Elder Scrolls game for $10. Or you can create a character for Morrowind, Oblivion, or Skyrim, and for $15 I'll play it. I feel greedy saying this stuff, but like, I'm just trying to be creative. I hope this isn't too much of like Micah selling out. If you've made a donation like this and you want me to see it, you can ping me in Discord or email micah.raygun@gmail.com. Okay, asking for money is horribly uncomfortable for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this and get back to the game. Yeah, so Steck, to answer your question, let's see. I didn't know that churches hire priests. So churches don't have to hire a priest, but so my church has a history of having like really, really super talented priests serving at this small parish where they are greatly appreciated. But they are perhaps like having a smaller impact than they would in a different parish with more people. And so we've had 2 fantastic priests get reassigned. One of them is Father David Bozeman. He's now the... is it weird to name drop them here? I mean, they're on their websites, right? He's now the secretary of the entire OCA, the Orthodox Church of America. The other guy is Father Basil Bieberdorf, and he's who baptized me and a lot of other people before being reassigned. And he's now like the dean of Appalachia. He's the priest where Father Stephen Freeman used to preach before where he used to serve before retiring. My casual cloak's getting worn out. Let's just unequip that. So we don't have to hire a priest, but our previous pastor, Father Basil, he was like, he was a software developer and a priest at the same time, and that's really, really taxing on a person. And there are a lot of parishes in our situation where, it's like a mission parish. They don't have an assigned priest because there's kind of a huge shortage of these things. And so the idea behind like having a salary set aside for the priest is you're much more likely to get a priest who is willing to come be your priest if they don't have to work a job and be a priest. That's a lot of work. Heathlow, what kind of church would you go to? Honestly, I would go to the OCA website, oca.org. You see, there are a lot of different, they call them jurisdictions. Honestly, if you look up like Orthodox Church near me, and forgive my bias here, but avoid the Oriental Orthodox ones. Those are the non-Chalcedonians. I'm not going to get into the distinction here, but just look up Orthodox Church near me. You can go to a Greek Orthodox Church. There's Rokor, the Russian Orthodox Church outside of Russia. Antiochian Archdiocese. If you like death metal or black metal, you might like the Antiochian Church because they have like that Byzantine chanting that is so popular among metalheads. So some people have like many options for Orthodox churches near them, and some people, they just have like the one, if that. So I hope that helps. Scouting Spartan, I think we might have mentioned this before, but I'm in like an Orthodox Christian, so I go to like the Orthodox Church of America as a specific denomination, I guess you could call it. Although our claim is that Orthodoxy predates denominations entirely. Okay, I got my whole money asking thing out of the way, and I'll be happy to address questions as we go. But I also want to play the game some. I can feel like sometimes if I start talking about my faith that I'm like losing my subscriber count as we go. So I'm kind of wary of doing that for too long. We need to play the game. But anyway, hold on. A farmer with a rather... I don't really want to read all that, honestly. Oh. What is up, Robert? Welcome to the party. So here's the plan for tonight, everybody. We need to, in the spirit of being a church-going individual, we need to have a kind of a crime spree, okay? So my plan to get as much money as we can is to go over here to Menevia, but we're going to do it by traveling to the port. Now, for some reason, the only port in Menevia is right here in the capital. Like, there's not one that we could sail to by the coast for some reason. Imagine there's a channel right here, and we're sailing up it to get to it. All right, so we're going to go to Menevia, and we're going to break into, like, a valuable pawn shop or a jewelry shop or something like that, and we're going to cast Recall to get brought back over here to Warmore. Although Warmore doesn't actually have a pawn shop, so that's something to keep in mind. But there's a very exciting mod that was released recently that I can't wait to show you guys, but I'm not going to talk about it. But so for the overland travel part of the game, which is like, oh, that's such a big overland travel. We're still going to do some of it. Is this Wayrest? Yeah, that's the capital. So Pinrider, I'm honestly not sure if I have a bounty in Menevia because, like, one, we haven't seen any bounty hunters, and two, I checked my status whenever we were fleeing from Menevia, and it still showed me as a common citizen instead of like a scoundrel or something like that. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so the bounty, if it's there, is not very large. But we will correct that tonight. And, you know, maybe we'll get lucky and have to kill some guards, and that'll get that'll get our foot in the door of the Dark Brotherhood. I'm trying so hard to find a way to, like, not kill the Dark Brotherhood, but to kill something to join the Dark Brotherhood. Dude, I missed the gate. Oh, you stupid. I'm going the wrong way. Forgive me. Yeah, it's like I want to join the Dark Brotherhood really badly. Wait, hold on. I don't need a stupid gate. I can levitate my horse. Can you levitate your horse, you peasants? Ha ha ha. All right. Okay, so, man, I wish I had a compass right now to see which direction I was facing. We need to go to the road that, you know, yeah, let's go to the road that, this little path is kind of hard to find. If we just do it like this. What is up, Lore Master? Yeah, I'm being a goober and making this into some sort of grand surprise, but if you lurk in a certain Discord server, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm just super excited about it. The thing is, let me just like oh no, okay, I forgot that awesome mod exists that saves us whenever we're falling. That is fantastic. Thank you again, Car Demono. Let me talk about my adventure with the Christmas lights last weekend. Y'all remember, if you caught the last stream or watched the VOD, you might remember that I was like, it's Friday night as the first day of the Nativity Fast. For what's that? Long Hope. Hold on. Do I have a pawn shop in here? Yeah, it was a Friday night, and Kaylin and Hudson, my wife and my son, were out of town. And so I'm like, I'm going to surprise them by putting up Christmas lights while they're gone. So I was kind of on the fence about whether I should stream Saturday morning since I'd have the house to myself, or if I should touch grass and do productive stuff instead. I did a combination of both and neither. So Saturday morning I woke up and I had like my regular like routine, so to speak. I don't have never mind. I'm going to get caught in the weeds explaining what I mean by that. I said my prayers, said some pre-communion prayers, I read the Bible, and then I went on a mile run with my dog Hazel, because Hazel really needs to run more often than she does. I'm like, you know what, now's the time. Let's let her stretch her legs, get some wind blowing through her fur. So we took care of that, and I came back home, and I was like, oh, I should really start putting up those Christmas lights, but you know what would be really cool is if I played Slay the Spire. And so guess what I did? I played Slay the Dang Spire, even though I was like really pressed for time because, oh, I'm hungry? Okay, let's go back to the last town that we just left. No. I was really pressed for time because I needed to go to church that evening. I really, really wanted to catch the evening service, especially because, one, giving my buddy Robert a ride, and it's kind of fun to hang out with your friend even if you're just in the confines of a car. It's a fun thing to do. And then, yeah, there's a baptism that we wanted to catch, and baptisms are like one of the most beautiful, tear-jerking, lovely services you'll ever attend. And so it's really important for me to make it to church on time. The service started at 4 p.m., but I'm like, you know what? We're going to play a little bit of like Slay the Spire and see how that goes. So I played a really, really fun run of Slay the Spire, y'all. It was so cool. I played the Silence on Ascension 6, I think, and it was like my third or fourth time beating the Heart with the Silence. It's actually, the Silence is like the only character I'm good with, actually. I've died against the Heart with like the Watcher and the Defect. I've beaten the Heart once with the Ironclad, but the Silence I'm just kind of on a roll with often. Yeah, so by the time I finished playing Slay the Spire, I was like officially running behind. And so I had to go to like my father-in-law's house to pick up his truck, which had his ladders, and I would bring those back. Why is my stamina dropping so fast? That's my burden. Dang. I had to go to my father-in-law's house to pick up his truck to use his ladders, bring that back to my house, and then I started putting up the Christmas decorations, which, by the way, way, way more perilous than I expected. Let's keep resting until... Yeah, okay. Enemies nearby. Basic shield. Oh, I can see it. It's a skeleton. Hold that thought. Oh, dude, I pacified the skeleton. Yo, it's a dream come true. Let's take off the HUD and get a nice little, like, screenshot moment here. Hold on. Bring my horse closer so that we can get them all in the same frame together. This is what dreams are made of, y'all. Yeah, so I went to go get the ladder from my father-in-law's house. I brought his truck with the ladders to my house, and then I started putting up the Christmas lights, and it was kind of terrifying. I had to like use these little clips to put the Christmas lights in, and you put those clips on the shingles of your house. And even though my house is small, it was like really terrifying at the parts where it peaks. I had this extendable ladder. I was up there doing it by myself like a dingus. I had my crash pad for whenever I'm rock climbing. But still, scary stuff. Anyway, I got it all done by like, I don't know, 3:15 or something like that. Hold on, I thought I got interrupted again. I rushed through it, got the Christmas lights done relatively in time, and oh, there's the enemy. Sorry, between you and me, Hudson's actually still awake, so I'm going to try to be a little bit quiet in case he can hear me and it's keeping him up. Okay, we zapped this guy to pieces. Yeah, anyway, I got it all done. I took my father-in-law's truck with his ladders back to his house, traded in his truck for my car, picked up the homie Robert, and then we went to a baptism. And it's like every time you hear like that line, as many have been baptized in Christ have put on Christ, it just makes me want to weep for joy and gratitude. It's just the most beautiful thing ever. And then we had Vespers, and it was great. It's the like almost a perfect Saturday, and they came home, and Kaylin and Hudson were both very pleased with the lights, and I didn't get to see his reaction, but I heard about it, and it, you know, I concealed the secret. It was a lot of fun. You know, I love whenever I get to surprise people like that. So yeah, that's the story of the Christmas lights. Let's see if he'll follow me. He does not understand you. Okay, that's fair. Hey, what is your name? Arcthard. Alright, Arcthard. Kaji has wares. Kaji has wares. Has coin if you have wares. Arcthard has no items to sell. Thank you, Arcthard, for your service. He kind of protected me throughout the night. That's awesome. I bet I could have tried to pacify this ghost also. Stupid Micah. Let's go over here. Mr. Scouting Spartan, I'm not sure what you're referring to by, like, has seen it all yet. Has Hudson seen Daggerfall, or has he seen the Christmas lights? He has seen the Christmas lights. He has seen some Daggerfall. He likes to look at the camels. He likes to look at the horses. Who can blame him? One time whenever I was trying to, like, record an episode back in the day, he was just like, Daddy, see another camel? Daddy, see big camel? And sometimes I would, like, crouch down to get low, and it looks like the camel's really big. Okay, we made it to the big city, everybody. Wait, actually, there are two cities right next to each other. We want to make sure that we're in Wayrest and not... What's the other one called? Melbourne Castle or something like that? That can't be right. Murwark Hollow. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're in right over here. Yeah, so, Yeah. Hold on, let's see. An elderly man accosts you. Oh, this is the guy that wants me to give him a ride for free. I don't have any money, so I ask you out of the kindness of your heart. Okay, yeah. I don't have any kindness left. I apologize. Let's go ahead and... honestly, I forgot that we don't need the gates whenever we're riding our horse. We can just hop over. Pretty sick. Is there anything we really need to do in here? I don't think so. We came here to like roleplay the getting a ship to travel over here, right? We're going to the port. We're going to Menevia. We're going to travel cautiously by ship. And make sure we're still mounted on our horse. But yeah, let's do it. Oh, Zeriok, it's interesting that you're you're worst with the silent. That's the only one I have any success with. I like the Watcher quite a bit, but I feel like the game plan for the Watcher is a little bit streamlined. Like it almost seems like you have to be doing the stance switching card remove thing, and I don't know. All right. Let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Yeah, I mean, riding a horse on a boat is I think that's a valid mode of transportation. We had a little update that was off screen. I don't know how to fix that, except if you use a certain mod that gives you like a HUD element that shows the logs there. All right, so we're doing some scouting right now because we don't have any money. Let's see. Under the Shining Sun, a group of healers from the Temple of Julianos adjure the people to learn about basic first aid. No, thank you. I do not have 200 gold pieces. Gyanki, is Mad Max 2015 the Fury Road? If so, yes, I did see Fury Road. Now, funny story about Fury Road, assuming that's the one you're talking about. I was a bit of a fan of the Devil's Lettuce back in the day, and hold on, is this a pawn shop? Here's probably our target for tonight. So my friend and I, we were inebriated whenever we went to go see Fury Road in theaters, and we missed the first half. So we just showed up whenever, you know, Max and the gang are like going through the desert, and there's like this dude playing a guitar on a car, and we missed the first part, all the exposition. It was only like it made no sense, but like we were just there for it, you know. Yeah, Zeriok, about the pressure point deck. My first playthrough with the Watcher did have some pressure points in it, but like then you only are using Calm, right? Like the pressure points doesn't scale with Wrath or Divinity, which I guess you could still use Calm to get a bukus of energy, which could still be fun. So Spartan, I like to stream until about 11 p.m. But yeah, we saw Fury Road while really like inebriated, and it was a lot of fun. I like Fury Road, but I also think it's like what do I say? How can I say it? I love Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I love what else is it? Road Warrior. My goodness, those are two fantastic movies. I'm honestly just a sucker for like Mel Gibson's work from that era. Is that another one that's called like Tequila Sunrise? Is he in Tequila Sunrise? Lethal Weapon? Are you kidding me? Lethal Weapon 2? My goodness. Like, I love that stuff. I'm trying to think of what we need to buy before our crime spree tonight. I don't think we need to buy anything really. Yeah, my favorite one is probably Road Warrior, but I have a lot of fond memories of Mad Max, not Beyond Thunderdome, of course. Like y'all know that guy, like the dwarf in Beyond Thunderdome, who like he run Bartertown, and he has like the methane plant that fuels it. I used to every time I would fart, I would say to my wife, "Who run Bartertown?" Because I'm just like shooting methane, I guess, in theory, to the world. Man. All right, let's see what we can do next. Do we just wait till nighttime? I think we wait till nighttime, and I found a jewelry shop. Jewelry shop, pound for pound, is probably the best place to rob. Quality jewelry shop. You see, we just don't have like a very good carry weight, and so. Oh, that's right. We wanted to go do some fashion. I figure we should get like a proper Khajiit suit if they have one. And our casual cloak wore out, so let's get that. I don't think we need this one and that one. Let's see if they got a Khajiit suit for us somewhere. What season is it, in fact? Wish we had a calendar to check. 1st of Midyar, which is like, it must be summer, something like that. Okay. I don't think I've seen, oh, what's up, Lore Master Noja? I don't think I've seen that particular movie. Was it Rover? I'm a bit, like, uncultured with movies. I like some cheesy 80s stuff, and Rover might fall into that category, but I honestly have not seen a lot of good movies. There's too many out there. Alright, what do I get here? Got one backup cloak. You see, these are like nice options, like you would match, but I don't want to be like promiscuous on my cat girl. Like we rolled the cat girl, I can deal with that. Cloak is enough for me, I think. You can't do that on television. Put the other pants back on. There we go. Look for a black dress. I think there was something like that in there. I mean, it's like so formal. I really just wanted a Khajiit suit. Didn't find the Khajiit suit. It's all good. Let's find our horse. And let's go to, where are we going to? Oh, we forgot to look at the pawn shop whenever it was on our map. That's all right. I think it was north of us, in this direct, out here. Yeah, I mean, there might be other places where we could go look, but, oh, here's another jewelry shop. This will probably be it, like robbing 2 jewelry shops and getting out of here. But a pawn shop might have magical items, so let's just talk to a person and hope they'll give us the way. Hey, where is pawn shop? Hit us with it. See if she'll put stuff on my map here. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, cat girl's still alive. Hey, welcome back, Lunar. Yeah, Morrowind and Daggerfall is definitely where like fashion scrolls peaked. After Oblivion, it has some outfits. It's very limiting. In Skyrim, where they make everything kind of one piece, is not like the anime, but you know, all stitched together into one outfit is kind of mundane. Yeah, I mean, I like things like the quilted doublet and things like that in the in Oblivion. All right, we're gonna put our horse over here. This is where Quinn will stay. We're gonna go rest until it's nighttime. You know, I like the Shivering Isles because of the the foreignness of it. It kind of reminds you of playing Morrowind again, and yet I still play a lot of Daggerfall, which doesn't have that same zany Michael Kirkbride element to it. All right, let's get a room. Let's see. It's 11 a.m., so we're gonna rest for what, 10 hours? I should do it. Thank you, Mobber. We will try to have a successful crime spree and a successful whatever comes after that. Questing, I guess. Get a quest from the Mages Guild, see what happens. In fact, what's my... Okay, my reputation is still... It's 16. Why is it 16? I thought it should be lower than that. I'm not complaining. Alright, let's get us some food in the tank. What thing about Daggerfall do you desire to see in the next Elder Scrolls game? Some verticality. Come on. Let me climb stuff. Let me jump off stuff. Let me have options for how I explore my dungeon. What I dislike, one of the things I very much dislike about Skyrim dungeons, and to an extent like Oblivion and Morrowind, though they're not that bad in Oblivion and Morrowind, is the lack of, how do I say it? The dungeons in those games, specifically Skyrim, but to an extent the other two, they feel kind of like an amusement ride. You know what I mean? Like, how you say it? It's like you started from point A and then you go through to point B, and like you kind of do this loop around this specific circuit. And there are dungeons where you have meaningful choices to make about which direction you're going in those games, but they're just, more often than not, it seems like it's just the illusion of choice, and no matter what, you're going to go loop around into the boss area, and the boss area is going to have a switch for you to press, and that switch for you to press is going to like open a little shortcut back to the entrance. And I just want my dungeons to be something I can get lost in and feel like the weight of having to navigate my way out to be like a real thing to deal with. Okay, we got into the pawn shop. Okay, this dwarven longsword is probably too heavy to be valuable for us. Some ice arrows will be good. Spell scrolls worth a little bit. We have books. They're not that valuable. Man. Another spell scroll. Not enchanted spell scroll, oddly enough. Another unenchanted spell scroll. I like seeing the icon here. Don't really want to grab it, though. Okay, we want to get out of here before the guards arrive. We're going to go ahead and... actually, are they on our tail yet? Yeah, let's go ahead and cast Shadow. Actually, do we have Magicka for that? Yeah, the guards are on my tail. In defense of Morrowind, some of them, like in the dungeons, I mean, some of them are a little small for my taste. That's kind of to be expected because not every dungeon has to be a labyrinth. But a lot of them have some great like environmental storytelling and some very good like boss fight style encounters, which I really appreciate. Actually, I kind of have the urge to play Morrowind, but I love Daggerfall, and oh no, I missed. I'm only just now back on it, so playing this for a while. Yoink. What's the most valuable thing I can grab off these shelves? I think I can ditch one of my formal cloaks. I hope I can ditch it. Ditch the shirt. That got some space freed up. Okay. Oh, this is a really good one. Emerald encrusted one. Yeah, let's just fill up our inventory space and get out of here. Wait, there's one more shelf. Yeah. Dude. A little bit of dude. Okay. No, don't bribe the guard. Come on, are you kidding me? Alright. We're gonna run away some. We're going to... Charles P. What inventory is this? Oh, man. I wish I could tell you off the top of my head. Do me a favor, Charles P., and look for the link in my description that has, like, the mod list. There's, like, a Daggerfall workshop page that I cultivated that has the mods. Whoa, buddy. There's a section for user interface where you'll see that answer. I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Teleport. Okay, alright. So, we got out of there with the loot. There's a creepy NPC right here. And we're on top of a staircase with our horse. That's a little bit awkward. We did it. We did our crime spree. That was more like a crime event than a crime spree. We hit up 2 shops. Yeah, that guard was kind of scary, but I think... oh yeah, uncanny UI. Thank you, Mobber. What was I trying to say? I think that if a guard successfully brings your HP to 0, they arrest you instead of, like, killing you. I could be wrong. I could be dreadfully wrong. I figured this out with Bogard, but by now I've forgotten. Alright, food. Too full to finish my meal. I guess it has not been that long. Victory drinks. Alright. Rest for about 10 hours. I put 12. Oops. Alright. Stealth and running improved. That's cool. Hey, guys. Okay, now we need to go find a buyer. Now, the buyer may not be in this town. Unless there's a jewelry shop in this town. Hey, location, where is gem stores? Yeah. Champion jewelry. Alright. She doesn't want to talk to me. Understandable. Have a nice day. Location, where is gem stores? Champion jewelry. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, it's right next to me. Look, my goodness. Alright. It's ridiculous. Hey, bud. Yeah, I got some stuff to sell. Appetite? Appetite? I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. Alright. Ching ching, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. 3,000 gold. Letter of credit, because we can't carry it. A floorboard creaks loudly as I step on it. I'm not robbing you. Okay, the guard's not coming after me. I thought he was robbing me. Yeah, Lore Master, they do give me a chance to surrender, but like, what if I don't want to surrender to the guards and I want a chance to get away? Do they kill me then? Or, hey, guys, I'm not stealing. I'm not protruding my toe on a... Am I in stealth mode or something? I'm just gonna quick save in case there's like an issue going on here. All right. Oh, I forgot how to buy items. All right. Here's the moment I've been waiting for, if I can find it here. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look, a compass. Let's do it. Y'all, check this out. Boom. Look, it tells us which direction we're facing. Remember during the last stream, I was like, oh, man, for breaking and entering. I'm not breaking and entering, y'all. Do you attempt to bribe the guard? Hey, I've been set up. No, I don't bribe the guard. No, I don't want to surrender. Okay, let me explain this cool mod. Yeah, so, at the end of last stream, or during the last stream, I was talking about how cool it would be if there was like a compass that you could use that would tell you which direction that you're facing without you having to look at your map. Look, we're facing north, and now we're facing east and west and south. Yeah, I just shamelessly pinged Red Rory, the guy that makes like the weapon widgets and the Die Harder and Come Sail Away and all those great mods. And I kind of just asked him for advice, like, hey, if you were to make this mod, what kind of advice would you give? Because I mean, part of me, in my heart of hearts, I was like hoping that he'd just be like, oh, of course, I'll just make it for you, dude. But I didn't expect that. I wanted some guidance, because I know a little bit of development, like programming. Like, let's try to figure it out, you know. But then, like, the next day, he had a prototype ready, and he's been improving on it since then. I think he liked having some idea to kind of pursue for a minute. So yeah, we got our wish here, man. He's already like, he's still updating it. Like, he has ideas about like having a setting so that you can like have the compass point toward a quest location or detect enemies and things like that. So I think this mod, it's calling it Get Your Bearings, is going to like really be one of my favorites. Like this, and then the chalk mod that you use in dungeons. And handheld torches makes for such a great exploration experience. All right, so how are we going to join the Dark Brotherhood, y'all? I don't get it. Just whatever we're going to do to join the Dark Brotherhood. I don't know. How are we going to join the Dark Brotherhood? I'm not sure. What's a cat girl to do if she wants to join the Dark Brotherhood? You know what I mean? Let's see. I didn't make an AoE spell. I need an AoE spell at a time like this. Combust is the best I've got. Drive-by. Drive-by combustion. Come on, guys. I didn't actually break and enter over here, guys. The mod wasn't working correctly. This is just like, Bogard being hated in Wayrest all the time. Okay, sugar lumps. Yeah, how are we gonna join the Dark Brotherhood now? Alright, that was satisfying, but we're out of spell points. And now we're gonna have to live off the land for a while because we killed a lot of guards. Another flat Nerner. If you've met one, you've met them all, huh? Ah, come on. Where are we going? Down here. Alright. Okay, so I think there might be an issue going on with the Skullduggery mod, but I also... Because it was acting like I was breaking and entering whenever I was going into shops during their usual hours. So that's not great. However, it's working out to our advantage some because, like, we wanted a reason to kill it. Like, we were just falsely accused of crimes, perhaps because our reputation from the other village finally caught up with us, from the other province finally caught up with us. Yeah, so we were able to blast a few. I like this combust spell a lot, by the way. It's really fun. Trying to kite in people. Hey, buddy, I'm just going to take some of this food. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, guard, come on. No, don't bribe, don't bribe. Okay. It would not be that bad if I surrendered in this position, I guess, but like it would be against what our character is trying to do, so... Okay. Which way do we even run here? I guess we run east. Man, how do I know which way east is? Oh, boom! This is how I know which way east is, bro. This is so cool. Yo, did Vivek actually say that Nern is flat? What's this? Catch me up to speed on that. Hey, Zeriak, I think that Rory is intending to make an HD version for this and his other mod, like handheld torches, if he hasn't already. For just that reason, use with Dream and stuff like that, but this he made like yesterday. Actually, the latest build might have been posted today, so don't expect it for a little bit. Okay. Very new. Oh, did I accidentally drop my... Okay, still here. Alright, so we were low on stamina. We were living off the land a little bit. Let's rest. We're actually... What's more dangerous? Not even a Jade Lord can stop my hunt for you. Looks like he brought friends. We have... Yeah, look at this guy. We have bounty hunters on our tail already with a lot of guards. My goodness. Do we start using it? We don't have much magicka left. I don't know if I want to use my... he might hit me right here. What am I trying to describe? I don't know if I want to use my robes of ice storms that we paid our bottom dollar for last game for this crowd here. It doesn't seem like that serious. You know, I could just run away. But I'm losing my campsite by running away. But I have only 1,000 gold left. Oh, it's because I have a letter of credit. Letter of credit is 3,000 gold. Yeah, we're just going to kite them away and try to pick up the campsite and ignore them. It's cool that we already have bounty hunters on our tail, though. Like, they must really hate us here. Yeah, I agree. I'm just going to hoard the robes of ice storm for now. Can I pick this up? No. Yeah, we're just going to abandon this camp. It's not a big deal. There is like a discussion to be had about when you should be hoarding the magic items here. Look at that. We can check our map here. This is awesome. We'll check our direction. Yeah, there's a discussion to be had about when it's appropriate to, or when it's beneficial, when it's optimal or efficient to use the magic item in an Ironman run, because, like, well, if you choose to skimp right now, what if you die from being too stingy, you know? That's a cool idea, Lore Master Nojo, just like removing all the Bethesda-specific stuff so you can make their own game. That's pretty cool. Okay. So this time we're going to rest again. We have our other campsite, but if we run into trouble this time, we have to use like spell points or our robes. What was I trying to get out there? All right. X marks the spot. We need to go east. Well, we're gonna come to this map anyway. Oh man, we are a long way from getting out of Wayrest. This is gonna be kind of tough. Do we go to Menevia or maybe Orsinium? Yeah, let's go travel to Orsinium. I think there might have been a dungeon out here too. Camp out. 8-hour travel, easy. We're gonna use some fish here. Oh, I ate the moldy raw fish. Oh man, that's not good. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, you know what's worse? I don't think I set an anchor. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. I didn't set an anchor. Oh no. No, hold on. I just got a disease. Hold up. Where's the nearest place to go? Yeah, I think I just messed up quite a bit here. Hold on. Stupid Micah. Potion of cure disease. Problem solved. Okay. Yeah, we do desperately need to get to a settlement where we can cast a recall spell in case we run out of stamina in the wilderness. This is not a settlement. I actually don't want to drop my torch this time. Come on, pick it up. Oh wow, it's a big mob. Let's go invisible. Let's go equip combust. That's awesome. Come on. Get over here near this guy. Yeah. This is so cool. Alright, now we're just down to zapping him. Yeah, dude. We are vagabonds. We're actually vagabonds who are fighting the vagabonds right here. Hello, prankster. Welcome to the stream. Prankster, we are criminals now. We are living off... oh, there's our Khajiit suit. Yo, sweet. We are criminals who, thanks to, I think what might be a bug in the a mod that I was using, we got some guards sicked on us, but you know, it's pretty convenient because we wanted to join the Dark Brotherhood anyway. In fact, I think we have to hang out in the area in order to join the Dark Brotherhood, because you get invited to the Dark Brotherhood in the province where you committed the crime, if I understand correctly. Where are my sugar lumps? Did I accidentally drop them? I think I dropped my sugar lumps, y'all. That's pretty crippling. No, it's not crippling. I'm being dramatic. It's unfortunate that I dropped my sugar lumps. Where's my dude, though? So we just kind of took over these guys' base camp here. Pretty sweet. All your camp are belong to me. What a waste of a cure disease potion, though, right? I just ate some moldy raw fish. Ugh, gross. All right, yeah, let's hang out here till daytime or till we get some stamina back, whatever comes first. Yo, we got a level 6. That's cool. Okay, what are we gonna put these points into? I mean, we're so close to maxing out intelligence. We're just gonna go one at a time on these things. Willpower's not that good, but very like flavorful for this character. fits her well, I mean. Yeah, so there's not really any good loot here, but we did get the satisfaction of zapping some people with the combustion spell, blasting them away. Rest for about 4 more hours. No, let's just do 2 hours so we can get some daylight going. We don't have any food, but we do have 3 days of rations. Okay, I miss Longing. I had so much fun in Longing, but now we're on the run. We can't go back there. You know, maybe we do try to hunt. You kill the rabbit in a single strike. All right. How far are we? Okay, we can eat this rabbit meat. That's good. That's pretty handy. I can imagine that I just kind of blasted it. Cook. Yeah, that was nice. Convenient rabbit find there. Okay. Yeah, I did want to continue. Yeah, it's really bad not having our anchor set, so we need to go do that. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask y'all about this. There was a mod that was posted in the that same Discord channel that's called like advanced teleportation, and it would let you have multiple anchors at one time. What do y'all think about that idea? Is it like too busted, or is that just like fine? It seems to me like it would be really, really like remove the possibility of tension from the game almost for spellcasters like this character in particular, because there are 2 ways that I would want to use a recall spell. I would want to either one have a an anchor set in a city so that I can, or a settlement, so I can always warp back to it in case I'm low on fatigue. That specifically helps with like exploration or fighting against vampires or anything that casts the sleep spell, because the sleep spell is basically just a lose condition if it hits you with it. Like it's just, you're just gonna die on the spot basically, unless you can warp to a safe spot. But another way that you could use the recall spell if you're going to be risky and you're not worried about like getting hit by a vampire sleep spell is like this character in particular would really, really like to leave. Let's say there's like a tough enemy at the end of a corridor. You can cast recall, then bait the enemy to a different corridor, and then teleport to that anchor to slip past that enemy. You know what I mean? But that seems like it would almost be too strong, you know? Palpatine, welcome to the stream. And yes, I use a mod called Climates and Calories, which requires you to eat and monitor your body temperature and stuff like that. Oh yeah, thanks Lunar, you got it. So the multiple recall sounds really, really badass. Like, yeah, it sounds really good, but it seems like too good, you know? That's just my take on it. Like, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but it would let me engage with that gameplay loop I was describing, where I like use the recall spell to bob and weave past some enemies. All right, let's look at what it says. A middle-aged figure wearing well-pressed robes reads a parchment not far from you. He appears to have a difficulty decoding a message given to him by the Mages Guild for the reason that they intelligently withheld the cipher. He seems to be in over his head. Okay, yeah, I want to see if we can do this. And we passed the high intelligence check. You come close and offer some assistance to the mage, who gratefully accepts it. Decoding the message is quite difficult, but you lead the way and show the result. Your momentary companion is being promoted to a new rank upon reading the message. At last, 100 thanks, Khajiit. Are you familiar with the Mages Guild? I'll be sure to mention you when I get back to the hall. You'll certainly find a place among them. So did that improve our affiliation? It did. We got a little affiliation bonus from that. That's cool. It's kind of like not in vogue for our character to help out somebody like that, but really maybe found the challenge to be satisfying on an intellectual level. Oh, Lunar, you're playing like a similar character in Morrowind? That sounds fun. Yeah, the short teleportation is almost like the gimmick of this character if you've like seen the archetype in Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. You know, you're just warping from one spot to another, like blinking almost. Oatmeal with berries. Oh, I'm under arrest for criminal conspiracy. Do you bribe the guard? No. I want to surrender to the guards. They're going to chase me out of town. The thing about criminal conspiracy is I think that even if I surrender to them and I go to court and stuff like that, like, I'm still gonna be a criminal. They're going to chase me out of town no matter what. I should mention that with that mod, that advanced teleportation lets you have multiple anchors. It scales with your intelligence, so you can't have like a crazy amount of anchors right out the gate. There is some balance to it. Zeriak, my fatigue is dropping really quickly because I'm over encumbered. I think it's part of climates and calories. Do I surrender to the guards? Yeah, I think we're going to surrender and see if that helps our position some. Okay, you, Sombra, are accused of the crime of criminal conspiracy. If you plead not guilty and are found guilty, you will face banishment. Whoa. Whoa, banished. A guilty plea will invoke the mercy of the court, and your penalty will be far less. How do you plead? Okay, chat, what does Sombra do here? Does she fess up, or does she use her intelligence to try to, like, debate about why she's not guilty? I'm curious to know your thoughts on this one. Do we say that we're guilty and fess up so that we can, like, try to not be banished from Wayrest, or do we just, like, debate our way out of it and see what happens? Lunar, is Bandari the vampire clan? Alright. Yeah, okay, we're all on board. I'm not guilty. This was the mod that caused an issue for me, and I killed those guards in self-defense. Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar, I'm not sure exactly the math behind this, but I believe debate scales with your intelligence skill, or your attribute, and lie scales with your personality attribute. So we're going to debate. Somewhere this court finds you guilty, and your crimes, you're banished from Baleborn Field, never to return. Oh, I thought I was going to be banished from Wayrest. Oh, dude, but I don't have my sugar lumps. Come on, where's my horse? Let's go ahead and set my anchor in this place where I'm banished from. Anchor, Bearborn Field, something like that. Yeah, where did I leave my horse, guys? Hold on. South. Alright, so Sombra was 100% innocent at first. Which I don't think that would hold up in court. But they attacked me, and I wasn't actually breaking and entering. You know, like, this is just the skullduggery mod, which honestly, I'm aware of most of the mod issues that I'm likely to encounter. I don't think I've ever seen skullduggery do that. Yeah, they're after me again. No, come on. I ran into the wall there. Hold on. You bastard. I gave each of those guards the old what for. Honestly, have y'all seen this happen with skullduggery before, where it thinks that you're breaking and entering whenever you're not? That was kind of weird. Alright, we're going north now, which is good. We need to go to Orsinium. But we don't have any food, which is bad. So our stamina is going to drop, which is not good. Whoa, a legion of guards at Hawking Orchard. What could they be here for? Soon you realize for exactly what reason. In the distance, you see smoke in the distance. A little bit redundant. Looks like a campfire. Bandits have the place surrounded. A battle will soon take place here. Do you join the battle? Of course I will. Do you join the... you play no part on either side currently. If you wish to join the skirmish, you must choose a side to be on. So what will it be? Do you join the bandits on the raid? Do I get to attack a bunch of Wayrest guards? Yeah. Let's do it. You greet the bandits. After a quick talk, they accept you among the ranks and the assault. The horn soon sounds and the raid of Hawking Orchard begins. All right. Let's dismount. Put up a shield. We don't have a ton of magicka to work with. Let's See a warrior, so that's our enemy. We want to level up blunts a little bit, so. Yeah. Come on. I don't think we're gonna win this battle, but you know. Oh. We're gonna do what we can. Okay, let's put up the shield. Where's my horse? Oh, wow, that hurt. Let's go ahead and hit a zap over here. Backstabberoo? The bandits have called for reinforcements. That's not good for our side. If they're already calling for reinforcements before the guards. Man, this is a tough guard that I'm trying to take out here. You're under arrest for treason! Oh, dude. Have y'all seen this before? I didn't know that you could be arrested for treason. I'm innocent. What do y'all think? I'm again gonna rely on your expert decision-making skill here, chat. Do I bribe the guard or do I fight back? We are pretty low on health, Palpatine. But we have healing potions, we have bandages, and we have a lot of aggro being pulled toward these bandits. What do y'all think? Were we, is it that bad? Are we that low? What do y'all think? I think do we attempt to bribe the guard? No. Do we surrender? No. Okay. Potion of healing. Okay, y'all had me scared. It wasn't that bad. Let's find our horse. Oh, hello. Basic shield. Can we look at any of the bodies? Hold on here. The warriors have called for reinforcements. Warriors, come out and play. Okay, is this a map? Yo, we got a map. For Wayrest, though. Oh, we're surrounded. Horse. You hear the halts. Thief reinforcements have depleted. Look at the villagers. They're just like, hope they don't hit us. You look like a bogey. I was wrong. I think I hit my teammate. It's kind of hard to tell since they're not the usual guard sprites. Those guys are definitely my bogeys. Okay, basic shield. Zap. Dude. Little drive-by action. Okay. I think we get out of here. Yeah. They got us fair and square. The thief horse cavalry reinforcements have depleted. As the battle raged on, it proved too much for your allies. You soon grow to be outnumbered. Soon it's only you who stands. To stay and fight is now a death wish. Yeah, it changes the music to be even more badass whenever this part happens. It's really cool. Yeah, this is a really cool event whenever your character can handle it, but we are not prepared for that. Let's just set a course for north. Thank you again, Rory. Fantastic stuff. It's playing like this heroic music as I run away. Where your army is wiped, but oh yeah, Mountain Blade. It does feel like it was a scene from Mountain Blade. Yeah, Hythalo, you might have missed the whole the bloodbath that went on. We found a random event where bandits and guards were fighting. It's pretty fun. So, oh, cool, dude. In the eyes of the law of Wayrest, you are pond scum. But I'm a cat girl. Isn't that like an Argonian slur? Under arrest for treason. Ian, I think you can gallop and sprint with your horse to run enemies over if you do not have the free reign mod installed. Now I have free reign installed and I have Mod settings, free reign. I'm pretty sure I have the gallop enabled. Oh. Vanilla style, token, stamina. I don't know what the difference between vanilla style and token is. Stamina or token. Let's try this. Oh. Okay, for some reason I thought that this wasn't working for me for some reason, but no, it's working just perfectly. So yeah, Ian, I think I could have run down the enemies there, which would be really cool. What time is it? It's 4:35, but we're low on stamina and we don't have any food to eat. Let's go just a little bit further. I failed to avoid an encounter. What is it? Oh, it's a boar. I don't think we can fight the boar, honestly. Arcane arrow? Alright, we're gonna try to arcane arrow this thing to death. I don't think we'll have the mana for it. Yeah, no. No, this thing is... I'm not gonna be... Come on, Micah. Get a grip, man. We can't fight a boar. Not without our spells. Yeah, what beef do you have with the British Empire? What's wrong with the Bretons? King Arthur was pretty cool, right? I'm entering Eastbourne Heath. Will they know? Yeah, they're gonna know. I have to be careful here because we're low on magicka and stamina. We don't want to be in a village. We don't want to be in a village. Yeah, isn't Britain a French thing or Britain an Englishman thing? It's unclear to me, Lunar, but I feel like there have been times whenever that word is applied to... My question is, like, does Breton apply to the Normans or the Welsh or the people that preceded them, like ancient Anglo? I'm not sure. It's because it's my understanding that the I'm just gonna rest for a little bit here. It's my understanding that there is like a period of English history: stealth, backstabbing, dodging, destruction, alteration, blunt weapon, critical strike. Let's go. Sorry. It's my understanding there's a piece of history whenever like the lower class were the native Britons, who were like Anglo-Saxons. They're basically the Welsh, and then the Norman invasion from France, like comprised the aristocracy basically. And I'm not sure which ones would be considered the Bretons in that example. Maybe it's the Welsh. So we're riding through town to hope to find a general store to break into to get some like food and things like that. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to knock. Come on. What happened? Okay, the door just wasn't opening for a minute. Oh, there's the compass. We could have just stolen one, but I thought it'd be more fun to save up to buy one. These arrows are kind of valuable, so let's go ahead and pick some of those up. Khajiit suits back again. Some bread, skillet. Oh, excuse me. A spell scroll of spell reflection. I can learn that spell if I want. That'd be kind of cool. But you know, it's just hard to turn down cold hard cash. There's our backup. Bedroll. Sugar lumps, of course. Don't forget, Micah, the sugar lumps. Okay, we did get a little bit of food, so I think it's time to Amscray. And this is just gonna be, I think this is the way, you know? Oh. Yeah, I know. I know you're after me. I don't mind. You know, we're going to be on the run, and that's just gonna be the norm, especially until we join the Dark Brotherhood. So we found a map. Let's see where this map points us to. The Mines of Mordrard. Let's see. Where does this go alphabetically? Right here. The Mines of Mordrard. Mordrard, right? Is it too many R's? No, that's right. All right, we'll take a look at where that is soon. Oh, you know what's cool is like in the distance we can kind of see a fire burning out here, or maybe that's like a bandit camp that we can make our own. The Mines of Moor. Dude, it's way over there. That's unfortunate. It's by our other 2 dungeons though. Maybe we go back there eventually. Mr. Susan, Celtic Britain, Brittany, located in modern-day France. Thank you. Located in Celtic Brittany is modern-day France. Okay, that makes sense. You know, in the Arthurian tales, there's like a lot of traditions of him being like from Wales, like a hero from Wales. Oh, this is a town. It's not, okay. Not really a town, but a little settlement. Let's see. I don't want to go to Knightsborough. The Fortress of Wickford. Did we go to this one? Just fast travel in that general direction and see what we get. See how far we make it before we need to rest. You know what I don't understand about the tales of Arthur is like Merlin. What's up, David? Yeah, we're still playing the Cat Thief. Man, you've missed some drama though, big dog. Like, first we started off the stream with a crime spree. That was cool. Are we low on stamina? Yeah, but we can just eat stuff. Yeah, we started off the stream with a crime spree. And then whenever we got to the town where we bought this cool compass, which is a mod that Red Rory of the Glen made. Thanks, Rory. The Skullduggery mod was causing us to like rob, like we were flagged as breaking and entering, even though we were not breaking or entering at the time. All right, and so we got arrested for that. But on the way, I took out a bunch of the guards, and so then we were arrested for criminal conspiracy. We tried to pass off as not guilty, and that didn't work out. And now we are wanted for treason. So that's how that went. We're gonna try to get these guys together for a combust. Oh, let's get a potion of stamina, because we're... Okay, that's much more comfortable. Yeah, so we are officially like an evil vagabond character. If you weren't sure before, you are now. Wow. These guys are tough. Are we gonna have to run away from thieves? Are you kidding me? Are there more here, or just them? I think this is all of them. But I wasn't expecting to have to run away from this fight. Oh, I guess I don't have to, technically. First, let's make sure that we exhaust all of our spell points. Oh, yeah, so Orthodox Andy, the bit I was going to get to about Merlin is that, I mean, they all acknowledge the Sancreal, like the Holy Grail. And there was a bit where, I forget what he said, Merlin makes somebody swear on the name of the 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But then he's like this crazy, wicked sorcerer person who, maybe not wicked is not the right word, but it seems like he's trying to accomplish his will more than the Lord's will, more often than not. And I think that's because, you know, it's my understanding that King Arthur's stories are not rooted in Christianity. They're made Christian by, you know, Normans and people like that. And so he was always a sorcerer. Let's see. Oh, it's a touch spell. Man, hold up. Ah, come on, Micah. Potion of... It's Ice Star. Okay, we got this one down. Is the other dude still on us? Where's the other one? I'm kind of scared. We're low on magicka. Do we still have some restore? Power. Oh, jeez. I can use a potion of teleport if I absolutely have to. But we really need to knock this last guy out. Okay. Now, where's my dang horse? We have the sugar lumps now, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, here's the thing. We have to find our safety on the land. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, we're seeking our safety out here under the open stars where anything could happen. It's not good. Mr. Noja, I have not read much Irish and Scottish folklore, to be honest. I know about some of the cool, like, older saints because of the Universal History episodes with Deacon Seraphim / Richard Rowland and Jonathan Pajot, but no, I don't know a lot about folklore outside of that. Yeah, so Andy, I believe the origins of like Arthur are kind of ancient, and then the tales develop throughout time and kind of get fit to the culture that's presenting it. Dr. Martin Shaw has some hold on, medical running destruction level ups. That's cool. Dr. Martin Shaw has some, like, sometimes he'll talk about whenever King Arthur was not so Christian back then, you know, things like that. I'm really not an expert though, and I don't have a lot of time to be a little amateur philologist like I pretend to be. So take what I say here with a grain of salt, and you know, other people in the chat can corroborate or correct my story, you know what I mean? But you're right, like La Morte de Arthur, written by Thomas Mallory, was around the 1400s or so. It might have been actually a little bit later than that, but La Morte de Arthur was not the first iteration of the Arthurian tales. There's at least one other, Geoffrey of Monmouth, I think is who I'm thinking of, who wrote the history of Britain and included references to Arthur, I believe. Again, grain of salt here. But even his iterations, although it was written, like, who knows how long there was a an oral tradition before people started writing it down, you know? We got stuck on some scenery there. In the Brothers Grimm, there's a story where a dog eats a talking sausage, and when the sausage's friends complain, the dog says he was carrying forged documents. What is the meaning of this? It feels like there should be a pun there somewhere, you know? Like, one time my dad told me a joke where it's basically like a piece of string goes into a bar, and I forget what he does. Let me think about it. Oh yeah, the bartender says, "Hey, we can't serve you. We're a piece of string. We don't serve strings in this bar." And so the guy says, "Fine then." The string leaves the bar, and he goes and he like ties himself into a knot, and he messes up his aglet and like his hair, and he makes it all frayed and wiry. And so he goes back into the bar, and the bartender's like, "Hey, you're not that string, are you?" And he says, "Well, I'm afraid not." Probably not that related to it, but the dog would make a good Daggerfall guard. It never establishes whether the dog was telling the truth. Yeah, that's a good point. You have water to drink and you are not hungry. Yeah, I'm not invigorated though. Don't have any food to eat. Yeah, we're out of food. Where can we go to a general store to like get a little bit of food to eat before... we're pretty far from any civilization, so we might have to just rest in the middle of the day, which sucks. What's over here? Just trees. Okay. You know, what is this? Got some frame rate stuttering here. Do we try to pillage here? I don't see why not. Okay, we're low on stamina. That's a good reason why not. But if we pillage successfully... No, how many stamina potions do we have? We have just one. We're gonna play it safe. I'm sorry, y'all. Davizera, welcome back. Oh, you didn't like the dad joke there? That was literally like my heritage. My dad gave me that joke, and now I've given it to you. As a kid, I was always like, okay, Dad, but now I kind of like the joke these days. He had some really like off the wall, not that funny, but I still think of them fondly sorts of jokes like that. That's the only one I will cause you to endure, so you can thank your lucky stars for that. Yeah, we're just gonna rest up. Okay, and now that we have rested, do we just go back to that place? Nah, I want to go toward this dungeon and check it out. Our character might end up being primarily nocturnal at this rate. Alright, we're going to Ripford here. We're going to see if we can steal some supplies, lay an anchor, and then go check out this dungeon that's off to the east a ways. But man, okay, we've arrived at the destination. The origins of Arthur aren't very conclusive. The legends are being developed and mutated across hundreds of years by different people. Figures like Mordred had large shifts from going to a +2 into a -1. Yeah, the knight rejoices at the rodent's death. Okay, well, that's not what I was caring about there. Recall. Set the anchor. Go to my notes. We are in Ripford. Anchor. Ripford. Yeah, I think we do just, well, I guess I don't have to ditch my horse. You know, yeah, we'd rather just levitate. I was considering climbing over the wall. Yeah, those dad jokes are very endearing the older you get. Especially because, like, you don't know when the last time you'll hear one of those dad jokes from your dad is. And so you kind of incentivizes you to think back to them fondly, I guess. So I'm trying to say. Bretons are French. Celts are Brits. That's confusing to me. But I'm not very well read here on this subject, so I'm going to trust you. Hold on. Bretons are French. Celts are Brits. Okay, I'm with you. You know, I actually... So the cross that I got baptized in, it's been slipping off of its chain, and, like... I've tried fixing it a couple of times and it's never really worked out. So I ended up going on Etsy and buying this like Celtic cross, which is really cool, but I did not pay attention to the dimensions. It showed up and it's huge. Way bigger than what I need. And so it's kind of unfortunate. Alright, yeah, we're gonna get some food here. I think I'm just gonna put it up in the bookstore at my church so somebody else can buy it. Anything else I want to buy here? This mithril saber looks cool. This is cool. We're like a holy terror, you know, we're wreaking havoc officially. Oh man, these weapons are so valuable. I don't use the arrows, but they're worth so much. How could I pass them up? They don't weigh 0 though. They do not weigh 0. Food. Good. Food. Okay. Fully loaded, we got snacks and supplies. It's time to... I don't know the rest of the song. Hold on. Criminal conspiracy, do we bribe the guard? Surrender, no. Alright, they're on us. We're going northeast. Okay, let's go. Yo. I love it, man. This is everything I wanted. Like, this is Daggerfall. Daggerfall Unity has peaked. Yeah, Lunar, I did end up fixing the cross. The tricky part is like, alright, so one time Hudson broke the chain on the cross, and so I had to find a different chain. That put me out of a cross for like a couple months. That was a real blow to morale, because, like, you know, it's my baptismal cross. It's very personal. Eventually I found a replacement chain. That was great. I love it. There's just like the little loopy that attaches my cross, the pendant, to the chain will come undone every now and then, and even after fixing it once, it still likes to come undone some. But I got some pliers and I just sat down and worked on it for a while, and I fixed it. I'm wearing it right now. So I think we're okay. A kind of cute story about that process is I was in the bathroom while Hudson was taking a bath one time, and I'm just kind of supervising him while he's playing, and I'm like trying to fix my cross, and I can feel myself getting frustrated because I'm doing such a bad job of putting all the pieces together. And so what do you do whenever you're frustrated? Well, you start saying the Jesus prayer, and I'm saying like the way that I've prayed is like I say, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on Kaylin. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on Hudson. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. I just say those 4 sentences on repeat. And Hudson heard his name and he said, Daddy, me? Pray for me? Aw, thank you, Daddy. This is so sweet, dude. I love that guy like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, the sort of the sentimental value of these things cannot be understated. I see where you're coming from, Lunar. Yeah, Palpatine, about the fake or in-game gods. I've been trying to wrestle with that for a while myself because I really like playing like clerics and priests and things like that in these games, or even just any character that has like a sort of faith. It just makes sense to me that characters in this fantasy world would have faith. So it's kind of awkward having only this like sort of pagan pantheon to choose from, but you know, before, hold on, we got some bogeys on at the dungeon here. Let me articulate this thought before we get into a fight. Before Christ became incarnate, God had only revealed himself to the Israelites, and I believe that there were a lot of like faithful pagans that God has like a plan for salvation for at that time. They didn't have the fullness of the truth because the truth had not become man yet. But that's kind of how I'm seeing it. It's like the Elder Scrolls has this sort of pre-incarnate religions abound, and like maybe it's okay to serve some of them if you're still living virtuously. Now, this character is not an example of living virtuously while serving them, so just abject evil right here. But, you know, that's how I see it. It's a good question. Okay, what enemies are nearby? You notice someone following you? Oh, it's going to be the bounty hunter? Yeah, yeah. Just don't poison me, bro. Oh, wow, I have a couple of them. Oh, what? Oh, dude. The guy that was guarding the fortress is on my side. Let's just wait to see how this plays out. Oh, oops. I meant to use info mode. A healthy, shielded, fortified bounty hunter. My goodness. This guy's a house. Let's hit him with the death grips. Death grips. Yeah. That should have done some damage. Oh, I think he got her. Okay, we got him. That was cool. Yeah. So I've been wondering about Talos in a way. I had not considered how Talos might have been a Christ-like figure because he was a conquering emperor sort. Christ conquered Rome not through combat but through like the heart and like conversion, and it happened like 300 years later. Hold on, I'm trying to get caught up on our chat here because it's interesting. Tiber Septim, post-incarnate, he mantled Lorcan, the chief creator god of Mundus. That's a Talos way. Okay. Okay, I'm with you. I'm familiar with Talos, Shor, Shazar, and all of the what do you call them? I'm trying to find the word for it. It's like whenever you're the word incarnate in this series, like Pelinal Whitestrake. how the dreamer became, how the dream stopped caring about the dreamer and things like that. Like all that imagery is very beautiful. It is a little bit Nestorian or Aryan in its thought though, because like those characters that we're describing took on that personhood and they wore it like a mantle, like you said. But to say that Jesus of Nazareth took on the personhood of God the Father is not what we would call like Orthodox Christianity. That's like a Nestorianism or like or Arianism, where you think he's like a person who became Christ, or like he was the Christ who became God or something like that, or he was like in creation and started having divine natural. No, we believe that the Son is co-eternal with the Father, and that the Logos, the divine word, is co-eternal with the Father and the Holy Spirit from the dawn of time. So I agree with you, Lunar, that like that's the Shezarene. Thank you, Marvin. I think that's the best. I think Talos and the Shezarenes are the closest analogy we have to like an incarnate word in the Elder Scrolls series. I agree with you there, but I wanted like just draw a line to say like how our Christology is different from that. But I'm glad you mentioned Talos, because whenever I'm debating this thing in my mind, I'm like, well, Thum is kind of like a divine voice in a way, and the divine voice is kind of like a divine logos. And so I've been kind of wondering how this works out. So I'm glad you brought up Talos. Okay, we're going into a dungeon. Without further ado. Is a bear down that way? That's good. Yeah, this seems like it might be a kind of peaceful one. Ah, gosh. I'm so glad that we're just fighting like animals and stuff in this dungeon. This could be a good place for us to hide out, actually. You know, we clear out some bears. We have a room to hold up in and go to town to pick up resources and things like that. Eventually, the Dark Brotherhood might contact us. Yeah, the shouts are the Psalms. Honestly, the salt... Oh, here we go. Oh, he can't climb up here, so we pretty much got the dub. It's kind of boring. I'm going to let him get within striking range. A lot of bears. And they all see me, so let's just turn on a candle. Lots of bears. Basic shield. Combust. Yeah, I cannot overstate how much I love the Psalter. That's like one of my favorite spiritual practices, is just including the Psalter at some point during my day. And having it as like a rhythm in your life will... it causes the lines to get stuck in your head, which can come in right whenever you need them. One of my favorites is like, but as for me, a poor man am I and a pauper, and the Lord will preserve me. I got to keep that in mind all the time whenever I'm looking at these bills. This is a crazy dungeon where we just have bears everywhere. What's the deal? The Thum is interesting because it was given to man by Cain or Kinnereth to fight the dragons. I didn't know that. Correct, Penrider. The bear does not know how to get up that little stair, so it felt like an unfair fight to me. Let me see if I can let this guy go. Let my people go. The cage is locked, but I want to be able to rest. Let's see if it lets us rest in this corner. There are enemies nearby. I did not know that Kinnereth was who like taught the shouts, or the Thum, I should say. I love the way the Thum is displayed in Skyrim, by the way, where it's like a bunch of ascetical monks. Oh, okay, we're above where we just were. Living in like prayer and meditation and solitude, and they can't talk or they'll like wipe people out. It's so cool. Yeah, we do have meaner monsters on, so they should be a little bit tougher, like Palpatine in regards to the animals being way too weak. Yeah, like the bear in Privateer's Hold is kind of embarrassing. Oh. Okay, we can't let this guy hit us, though, because we don't have any cure disease. Forgot that we're out of cure disease. Oh, he hit us once. I hope that didn't do something. Even a bat can be like... I mean, a rat, but it applies to a bat. Even that can be a lose condition in Ironman. Oh, he got through the door. There are enemies nearby. There are enemies nearby. Do we just deal with it and fight him? Maybe. Do I have enough for a candle? Yeah. Make things a bit better viewing experience. We just really don't want to get diseased right now. Yeah, we hit him. Oh, look. Turn on the light. We hit him. Oh, another great line from the Psalms. Never mind. I don't want to make this too... I get a little like self-conscious about this. I don't need to rag on about it. Okay, it's the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Okay, you got me. I will receive the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. All right, you got me. Fair and square. Yeah, we're actually in a bit of danger here if we don't find a way to rest soon. Oh, a one-eyed beggar hands you a letter. A woman in gray paid me to give this to you, he says. He that dwelleth in the help of the Most High shall abide in the shelter of God in heaven. He shall say unto the Lord, Thou art my helper, my refuge. He is my God, and I will hope in him. Andy, is that from Psalm 91? Psalm 90? Psalm 115. Yeah. You know, I have a real bad problem of these, what they call foot and mouth condition, where you, like, it's very easy for me to hurt someone with my words if I'm not careful. And, you know, Christ says that we're going to be judged for our every idle word we speak. And so in the morning, I read Psalm 140. It's the bit that says, Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord, and incline not my heart into words of evil. And since I've been doing that, like, you can say it's like miraculous, or you can say it's just like a psychological thing that I'm reminding myself of every day, but like it's helped me tremendously. Yeah, the Palpatine, the person followed me into this animal dungeon to give me the letter. Hold on, I missed some chats from... Yeah. Yeah, I get it, Lunar. Share whatever lore that you have. Oh, we found a little hidey hole here. Because I don't... Oh, what? There are enemies nearby? Where is it? We just had it. I was very interested in the Shezarines, and I read like the stories about Pell and White Strake and enjoyed that quite a bit. I ragged on learning Tesla a little bit in the last stream, but it is very interesting once you're caught up to speed on some parts of it. Yeah, Psalm 140 in the Septuagint text. Jumping, stealth, dodging, running, destruction, illusion, blunt weapon, critical strike. Let's go. Fantastic. Yeah, maybe we can send the beggar home with some animal meat to for his trouble, you know? Yeah, we got more rats in here. Let's cook them. Oop, we got hit. Combust. Yeah. We got him. We got him. Might be overkill using combust on these rats, but then I don't have to aim, so... Yeah, okay. I was about to say, is it worth it to be in here, like... fighting these rats, and things like that? But, you know... This is like... I like the idea of us having a little stronghold out in the woods for us to retreat to whenever all the Johnny Law is coming for us. Dude, look at this rat. Are you kidding me? My goodness. That was obnoxious, actually. Let those spells sling. Hey, Mr. Susan, thank you for bringing up fancy and magic. Alright. I have a project that I've put on the back burner for too long. I'd like to revisit, except like I don't actually get the opportunity to play tabletop RPGs that often these days. Okay, but hear me out. Back in the day, whenever I played 5th edition's Dungeons and Dragons, we had like a classless conversion of D&D 5e that I called Ammomancy. It's like modern fantasy, and we had spell slots back then, but I'm trying to recreate Ammomancy, but using like BX or Basic Fantasy RPG as a base instead of instead of 5e, because I'm not really much of a 5e gamer these days. So my question is, should I use, you think Vancy and Magic would work for that, or should I look into like a spell point system or using stress? Like if you've played Shadow, what is it called? Shadowrun. Like whenever you cast a spell, you're liable to do damage to yourself basically if you overextend. So I'd like your thoughts on some like alternate magic systems, or if it's just simpler to use spells Vancian because like that's what everybody knows, you know what I mean? Like the familiarity bias. It would also help me get a finished product sooner because I'm just having such analysis paralysis. Hey, where did the heart of Lorkhan come from, by the way? Is this like Lorkhan had a physical body that got killed? Or where did the heart of Lorkhan come from? I don't get that bit. Like, I get how the heart of Lorkhan works in Daggerfall. I get how it works in, you know, Dagoth Ur's plans in Morrowind. But, like, where did it come from? Some test lore that I've been kind of mulling over. Yeah, Tales, Tales, like it's a Sonic game. Lunar, Shadowrun is like my favorite RPG that I've never played. I just have I love the book. I've never had a group that wants to play it, but I love the like the setting and the system. We're gonna hit this bat with like 50 points of poison damage. So tired of him being on my tail. The Wolf of, well, hold on. The dude called Wolf for a brief window of time. He talks about the manifestation of Talos. That happens way more often than the Eans. Okay. Yeah, or incarnates, right? So Lorkhan had a physical body. He got split in half by his deception, and in his heart he was thrown into Nirn as punishment. So funny how the Daggerfall devs decided to make a candle spell that you actually summon a candle in front of you. Yeah. Lorkhan tricked the now Aedrus to create Mundus, and in turn, the Aedrus killed Lorkhan. You can see the two halves of his corpse you look up at night. Oh! Secunda and I don't know, not the other one. Yeah, Mr. Susan, about the frequency of the spells in Ammomancy, I don't mind, like, weaker effects like cantrips being around kind of to help define a character's playstyle in some aspects, but what is really important to me is that every spell requires some sort of, like, ritual components, and requires, like, preparation and things like that. Even, like, I'm even into, like, clerics having to use some amount of ritual components if needed. But in general, I like magic to be something that is like dangerous and somewhat scarce. Master and Secunda, thank you. Yo, David, that's definitely the Altmer version of the heart. I'm interested to hear like what the non-Altmer version story of the heart of Lorkhan is. I feel like I had something to add to that. Yeah, so what trips me up about Lorkhan having a physical body is that whenever I think about angels, like the divine council that was like created in Genesis that precedes the fall of mankind or the creation of mankind, I think of like vast cosmic intelligences, not necessarily things with physical bodies, although they can choose to be made manifest physically. And so maybe the deal with Lorkhan is, since he created the physical world, if I'm getting my story straight, then the punishment fits the crime that he is forced to take on a physical body, you know? Yeah, so Mr. Susan, about the BX magic user, are you in the camp of the player chooses the spell they get, or you roll and see what spell they have in their spell book? Or do you defer to what the player prefers? There's a theory that that Lorcan was the first being to attempt chimp, and his whole being created Mundus. And this whole creating Mundus was getting killed and then ascended as Talos as part of the 5D chess plan. That's silly, but I could see it. I could see it. So Lorcan is just base and chim-pilled, huh? How do y'all feel about Michael Kirkbride? Yeah, others will have a better answer than me, but I do believe that the gods of this pantheon are planets. But honestly, the gods, lowercase g, gods of like the divine council, are they're seen as like celestial bodies in a sense. Like the stars and the angels and demons are not separate entirely. Oh, whoa, 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 come on. Combust. I really need the AoE spell. I didn't mean to turn this way. Where am I? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I love that the combustion spell is leaving some flames on the ground. Dirty Myrrh Lover. Personally, I love the roll for spells, since otherwise you see way too much sleep, light, charm. I agree, Mr. Susan. I'm scared of disappointing players by like forcing randomization on them, but I think it's so cool to like work with what you've got. I'm kind of a no games tabletop player right now, though, you know, because I've mentioned it before. I don't really have a group to play with, but I love tabletop anyway. I'm trying to find my way back to my campsite while reading the chat. The Altmer, where a lot of this info about creation bonus comes from, in general see the gods as being very physical. Aedra means our ancestors. Right, that makes sense. I remember that. And Daedra means like not our ancestors. So they seem as physical enough to be. Okay, that reminds me of the Nephilim, because according to some sources, the Nephilim mentioned in Genesis chapter 6 were created through like the sons of God entering into the like human females, basically. And sons of God is debated what it means there, but I listen to a lot of the Lord of Spirits podcast, okay? And so they say that there was like some sort of ritual by which a human would enter into, like, it's kind of like what Lunar was saying about wearing the mantle of a god, but this person would become the mantle of some pagan deity through like some ritual sequence, and then through the mating with the like temple prostitute would produce something that would be later referred to as like a giant or a Nephilim. Why was I talking about that? I guess because we're talking about our ancestors. Because if you have those Nephilim in your ancestry, then they are kind of like Aedra and Daedra in that sense. Are the Aedra and the Daedra just Nephilim? What are the gods that preceded them? Is it all Lorcan the whole time? Yeah, Palpatine, about the Nephilim story being similar to Greek mythology. They're like, they're described as the heroes of old, right? And so I think the relation to Greek mythology, or really any sort of like Golden Age mythology, is kind of intentional. And it's not syncretistic. It might sound syncretistic at first, but really there's this idea that Christianity is like monotheist and they don't believe in the other gods. That's not true. Christians like believe in the other gods. They just think that they are created by the Almighty God and should not be worshipped. They are created beings who, some of them are, you know, still serving as angels, and some of them have kind of usurped the right to be worshipped from God himself. We don't disbelieve that like Athena or Apollo exist. We don't think that we should worship them, and they've led like a lot of humans astray, is the belief there. So not exactly syncretistic to believe that the Nephilim referred to Greek mythology. I think that's just correct. In essence, it's created these original spirits called the Et Ada. Is that Michael Kirkbride? That just sounds like it has Michael Kirkbride's hand on it, you know? I feel like I'm locked out of exploration here and I need to turn back and find a different way. Here's where having like the actual blink spell to pop through this gate would be helpful. But we can't do that. Okay, can you tell me about Padme then? Did I miss a con? It's not Anu and Padme in the beginning. Whenever I hear Padme, I think of Star Wars Episode 2, but I'm guessing that's not who you're talking about here. Come on, elevator. Okay, here we go. Who knows what's in store for us down here? The categories of Aedra and Daedra are Merrick in nature. Because the elves are who refer to them as their ancestors, not their ancestors. That's the implication there. Ariel and the Altmer align with Anu, the whole, while Shor, Lorkhan, and the Nords align with Padme. They're all the same thing ultimately whenever it comes down to where they come from, what they are, well, except for the Aedra lost a lot of their power in the creation. We have two levers here. Do we just flip them both? We just flip them both. The beginning was Obi-Wan and Padme. We saw a YouTube video that suggested that the entirety of the pre-Battle of Jericho Israel were all giants. Interesting. Pre-Battle of Jericho Israel were all giants. Well, they had certainly like been sort of infested with the pagan worship that would have led to giants being in existence. So I can get behind that. And I should point out, whenever we're talking about giants like that, we're not necessarily saying that they're big in stature, but that they have like a kind of like a apotheosis. If the Christian purpose is to drive to theosis, like communion with the divine God, and to be made divine through God, not the, I don't know how to become partakers of the divine nature, then apotheosis is like the antithesis of that, right? And so they might not have all been like huge in stature, but we're still like giants, the way it's used in that text. That would explain why 10 of the 12 spies that said that Moses and Aaron wouldn't be able to take the inhabitants. Yeah, that makes sense, Andy. But you gotta love, who was it, Caleb and Joshua, who were like, no, we got God on our side, we got this. I honestly, oh, it's still coming down. By the way, this platform falling, that's a death condition if you're standing underneath it. Such a thing as Daedric Mer and Aedric Men. Did you mean to say men the first time? Daedric Men and Aedric Men, or just Aedric Men? Cosmically speaking, as every race is ultimately cosmologically speaking. Other gods is not really true. There are real supernatural beings behind some of all gods worship. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sand Gentleman. I'm just... See, the issue is that the way we use gods today in English is not the way that the ancient Hebrews used the word like Elohim. And it's like, because the word Elohim, which often gets translated as gods, it's often used to describe those other members of the divine council. And it's often used to describe, I believe the spirit of Samuel, whenever it was summoned, was called an Elohim also, which means that you could call the saints a god, but it's not saying that you're like, that they are the source of all life and creation. So it's just some awkwardness that comes up with the way English uses the word compared to how it's used in Greek and Hebrew. But I know what you mean. Come on. Why am I not killing this thing? Oh. I lost my torch. Huh. Huh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so Lunar, about the existence of other gods, or like to be on the same page with Sand Gentleman, like the other divine council. Um, what was I trying to say there? Hold on. Yeah, they're just not do the same. They're part of creation, but like the Almighty is like of an entire different category that cannot be described really. It's hard to even call God a being at all. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is that the term monotheist gets applied to Christianity a lot. A more accurate word, I think, is monolatrous. You know, kind of like the same suffix as... This guy just clipped over the gap. Are you kidding me? It has the same suffix as idolatry. So, like, it implies worship. We worship one thing. We don't believe in only one, like, cosmic intelligence that has supernatural influence. But we worship only one God. And this one God is almighty, like, pre-existent with eternity. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a different category than the other pantheons of gods. This is why you see in the book of Exodus, whenever Moses is trying to get the people away from Pharaoh, it's like there's this battle going on between God and the Egyptian pantheon. It's not necessarily like, hey, let's get this worldly leader to let the Jews go. It's like God is doing combat by like attacking the river gods, by making it full of blood, by attacking whatever god causes like the frogs and the locusts to come out and things like that. God's doing mortal combat with the Egyptian gods. Like, it's so cool. I haven't gotten to that episode of Lord of Spirits where that's elaborated on more, but you know, really, really cool. I've never heard henotheist, honestly, Andy. I'm getting a lot of this from the Lord of Spirits podcast where they just say monolatrous. What is up, Avid Gamist? Yeah. Hey, Avid Gamist, if you ever, like, I'm interested in that chart. Find me on Discord if you think I could like look at it. I'm trying to find ideas for other content to make besides what I'm used, like besides just streaming. I have some ideas for videos in the catalog, but we could always use more. So that sounds very fascinating. A cosmological flowchart, you say? Yeah, you're right, Palpatine. People use monotheist because, like, if you say monolatrous, they're gonna be confused, right? And that's fine. This is also why it's kind of scandalizing to say that Christians believe in other gods, because, like, well, the way we use gods today in English is not like the way it was used in the past. We levitate. Let's pick this back up. So it can cause some discord, to say the least, whenever you use that term. Oh, hello. Combust. I don't have enough spell points. This might be sketchy. Do I have... Ooh. When did I run out of spell points? I was going to be really scared of our levitate running out while I was up there with no spell points. Not having any potions to save us. Yeah, Marvin, I understand the temptation toward Gnosticism, but I really... Like, it is literally appealing. It's like a sexy thing. It's a seductive thing. If you are interested about like the mysticism involved in Gnosticism, go to your local Orthodox parish and talk to your priest about it, and he'll... Oh, dude, I'm unwell. I knew it would happen like this. Rest. Do I rest while unwell? We don't have another cure disease. We're out of cure disease. So we have to go to town. We have to leave our horse behind to do that. Or we have to get to the entrance. Okay, we came from up here, so let's try to go back up here. It's gonna be. Oh, I have not been using piece of chalk at all. What a nightmare. Okay, we came back from this way, I think. Hold on. Henotheism is a common term in pagan circles we use to describe people who are polytheist but currently worship one god. Oh, that's kind of like me and Bacchus before I converted to Christianity. So that's interesting to know. Yeah, Marvin, if you're interested in like mysticism and like Platonism, you should read Saint Gregory of Nyssa, like the Life of Moses, or Saint Maximus the Confessor, because these are like these are the only two I've read some of. I've not read much of Maximus the Confessor, to be honest. I'm just now starting to. But these are like very important figures in like Christian mysticism that could help you get to know a bit of the knowledge of the truth without the Gnostic temptations clouding things. I'm biased, of course. Forgive me for just being like that, but it is what it is. Let's see. Grabbing some torches for the road. It sucks that we caught a disease, but what we're going to do is we're going to get our horse and we're going to use a potion of teleport. But the potion of teleport to get back to town idea is scary because what if we... we might need more magicka to deal with the guards that are going to jump us. So I think we rest... I think we risk resting some before warping back to town. Because either way, we're signing up for a potential death. So, we'll see how we do here. We douse the torch. Is our horse still out here? Okay, I lost my train of thought, and I'm trying to get caught up on chat as well. Primordial forces of chance and stasis are not change, or not change. You can loosely interpret it as chaos and law. I get that. Okay, I get it. Yeah, so I had a friend who was kind of, he didn't know about Gnosticism yet, but he was like, don't you think there's some sort of higher order, like truth than what is presented? And I'm like, no, you only think that like because you haven't been exposed to Orthodox Christianity yet. Like if you've only known Christianity in the West, you're simply gonna like not really, you're gonna be tempted by these schools of mysticism. But like Christianity it's an Eastern religion at its core, and it was made Western. Okay, let's go ahead and recall. Let's teleport. But yes, they do like to cherry pick quotes, and they like to pretend like there is some sort of gospels that are more divine than the gospel, or more divinely inspired than the gospels that we received, like the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Thomas. When wearing a dark hood approaches you, excuse me, kind stranger, I need to get to the morning cemetery in a hurry. Yeah, I'm dying. So you have to figure that out. By the way, we did get a letter. We didn't read the letter. You are a thief. I'm a thief. Do not try to deny it. You have been seen in the act. There is honor among thieves. Either join the guild, steal the formal Ederic from the Yarmform residence. Do I join the Thieves Guild, y'all? I wanted the Dark Brotherhood. I thought we were joining the Dark Brotherhood. Man, I want to get caught up on chat so bad, but I'm also playing the game. It's a really interesting conversation. Okay, yes, we can join both, Pinrider. It's just, there is like a practical concern of, hold up, did I recast? We need to cast, press the letter Q, anchor. There's a practical concern of juggling too many, like, too many affiliations, basically. Because if you don't do quests regularly, like on a monthly basis, I think, then your reputation is going to plummet with certain guilds, well, with every guild. And so I like to have 2 guilds, but 3 would not be bad. And the Thieves Guild has perks like pointing out maps and things like that that would be interesting. So we might still do it. Okay, so we're in the market for a potion of cure disease and a backup potion of cure disease if possible. Oh, did I miss the link? Or did you ping me? You might have pinged me. Yeah, I'll be done. We're actually near the tail end of my stream, so I'll check that out soon. Yes, Pinrider, we are still in the Mages Guild. We've just been so busy running from Johnny Law that we have not touched a single Mages Guild quest. Hey, Martin. Welcome to the stream. We were having some discussions about henotheism, Gnosticism and its relationship to Orthodoxy, and we've been invited to join the Thieves Guild. Yeah, hey, Avid Gamus, yeah, the link probably did get taken down by YouTube, so you can, like, well, it would be hard to share it with the rest of the gamers here if you posted it just in Discord. This is a case to be made for me biting the bullet and making a Discord server one day. I've also been thinking, oh, I love this Giga Chad Jester. What if Samson was not my profile pic, it would have to be this one. I've also been wondering, like, what's a good way for me to let you know what my streaming schedule is for the week, and a Discord server would be a good way to do that. I just don't feel confident in my ability to moderate that stuff. No alchemists in this town, so that's pretty devastating. Temples, though, I could go to a temple and get cured if I survive until then. I don't need directions to that because it's right here. What time is it? It's 10:24. Yeah, there's no guarantee that we won't get chased out by the guards before then. Excuse me. Yeah, Avid Gamist, if you are in the... Well, first you can email me, Micah Raygun, all one word, at gmail.com. That might be easier, but I'm also present in the Older Scrolls Discord and the Lysanis Tomb Discord. Oh, it's open. Hey, no, dude, they don't like me enough to cure me. Okay. Oh, gosh, that was pretty scary, y'all. Oh, hello. That's awesome. Had the guards waiting for me. What was weird is I entered the town, or the temple, and it said your rest was excellent. Yeah, so why did it say that my rest was excellent whenever I went to the temple? Maybe it's some sort of benefit that it gave me. So we're going to, let's see, levitate. Yeah, David, she can. She can do the whole running on rooftops and jumping thing. Let's see. I want to demonstrate it just because we do have, like, where's alteration? Hop. Woohoo! She does it the cheater way. She can run around and cast the hop spell to get around. It's not as fun as with, like, Bogard because she doesn't have a very good climbing skill. Although there is a climbing spell that you can cast as well that accomplishes something similar. But yeah, she can do it. What if we get up here and then, like, levitate after we jump off the rooftop? That could be cool. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. There you go, David. Correct, Avid Gamist. I was not able to include underscores in my email address. I actually just made that today. And it was like, hey man, no special characters like that, which is kind of a bummer. I like the underscores. Sugar lumps. Oh, he's too far away. That's pretty bad for us. Although we can recall. How much does recall cost? Recall costs 23. I currently have 88, so I can cast recall, teleport. I can cast recall anchor, and then yeah, we're right by the horse. Pro gamer. Okay, now we go out into the woods and we rest. It will go back to our dungeon, and we're gonna like end the stream in our like woodland dungeon. Our beast infested dungeon. Oh, it's illegal to camp in town. I thought we got far enough away. Any other games that can let you be an acrobat like Daggerfall? Man, you let me know if you find out, Stardong. I think Thief is like a pretty good series for that. But it's not the same. It's just you can do things like, you know, in Thief they have those rope arrows where you... your stomach rumbles. You have the rope arrows where you can shoot like the ceiling of a room where there's a wooden beam and a rope comes down, and then you can climb up that rope arrow and then jump to another rope arrow and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of cool like that. But it does not have this... Well, does anybody have a better recommendation besides Thief? I think that might be the best answer I've got for you, big dog. Oh, Dishonored. I've heard really good things about Dishonored. I've never played it. That sounds cool if all you're doing is being an acrobating. Fail to avoid an encounter with what, though? Oh, we got you. Look at this horse, this cavalry battle here. Ah, yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, that was so cool. I really stroked Daggerfall's ego. Like, it's just a fight with a person, but I loved that. Very satisfying that all my blows landed and stuff. Oh, I remember Dark Messiah. I never finished it, but that was a lot of fun. It's kind of very combat oriented, but it'll do the job. Have you ever played Arx Fatalis? Sometimes I think I would like that game, but sometimes I'm not too sure. I've played a little bit of Arx Fatalis. You know, that's a good question, Hythlo. I don't know about playing Felvidec on stream, because you're right. I don't want to do a bunch of reading on stream. Like, I get annoyed even doing it just for Daggerfall. And that's also like why it would be hard for me to play Tearing Saga. Why is my stomach rumbling so much? Okay, let's set up camp again. It's kind of running out of stamina really fast right now. Okay. We got another level up and we got more bounty hunters on our tail. Speed, luck, willpower. Shield. Come on, where's shield? Yep. Where's his friends? Oh, wow. There are 3 of them. That might be too much for me. We're gonna see what we can do, though. Okay, that's a waste. Oh, basic shield, Micah. Okay, come on. Come on, don't waste your spell points. Oh, there's no way we have enough spell points to get through the 3rd one, though. We have to get up close and personal with death grips. Okay. Arcane arrow. Wow, okay, we almost took down the whole squad, but we can't do it. And we need to escape before he hits us. Like, we're on death's edge right now. Wait, we have healing still? Not necessarily. Spell reflection. I was trying to circle around my horse, but I can get my horse to come to me. Okay, get out of here, dude. Get out of here, 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 get out of here. Yo, okay, get out of here, 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 get out of here. Come on. The bounty hunter's right behind me. It doesn't feel good to like set up camp right here, but we gotta rest a little bit, get some spell points back. Yeah, I don't feel great from a roleplay perspective about just setting up camp right there, but, you know, let's say we turned invisible and gave him the slip. Oh, he's still chasing us. That's good. Let's leave a candle where I can find my horse. Yeah, come on. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dude. No. That sucks. Alright, man. You got me. Got me, alright. You can keep the candle. Okay. Where's my compass? We need to be going east a ways. Oh, Cosmi. Welcome. Look, we got our compass. Cosmi, look. We got our compass. Look, I'm living the dream. I'm trying to find my way at night with my horse, my torch, and my damn compass. Let's turn the HUD off and just enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like, this is Daggerfall Unity, baby. So I love this. Alright. Okay, I've been out of the loop with the chat for a while there. I hope y'all can forgive me, but I was almost dying to those bounty hunters. Cosmi, we had an eventful night. It catches us? Yeah. We are accused of treason in Wayrest. We are forever on the run. We are using this fortress, which is full of like rats and bears, as our sort of home away from home. Oh, you know, it would actually be better to rest outside the dungeon. Yeah, rest outside the dungeon. Yeah, we lost one of our... There are enemies nearby? No. No. Come on, Micah. Ah, dude. I'm not catching a break here. Okay. Foot. Set up camp. I just want to, like, get to a... Oh, dude, no. I want to get to a stopping point. What is this? A wraith? Pack. Pack it up, let me begin. We can't fight a wraith. Not with no spell points. Yeah, the Stardong, the dungeons and enemies making no sense. You have to treat it like a writing prompt, and it's not gonna feel great every time, but like, you just have to treat it like a writing prompt and come with whatever info you can about your environments. And you're gonna say, well, Micah, that shouldn't be on the player to determine. I know. It's just, this is the game we've got, you know, and it's most conducive to the gameplay loop that I like, so I take it up. Do it anyway. Enemies nearby still. Okay, I'm fine with that. I can take down this guy. Let's see if we can get a hit or two on this guy. Okay, not worth it. Oh, goodness gracious. Just want to get to a stopping point, fam. Destruction has improved. Okay. Quick save, just in case. Basic shield. Who's fighting me? There you are. I'm gonna get to a stopping point come hell or high water. It's gonna be the stopping point that I want, alright? Not that the game gives me. We're taking the kingdom of stopping point by violence. Where are they? Oh, goodness. Okay, cool. We got some... Oops. A moldy raw meat. Okay. Candle. Yeah, there is a cool cubby area in this dungeon that I want to retreat to make kind of our stopping point. Is this our stopping point? I set up camp. I rest. An agent of the Emperor dispatched directly from the Imperial City has spoken with Lady Bersiana, a spy and the employee of the Empire. She recommended a visit to each of the 3 major powers. Yeah, okay. That's just telling us the main quest events that we're missing out on. Okay, dungeon save. Alright. Yeah, okay. So we're officially at a stopping point, y'all. We're at level 7. Besides Bogard, like, since starting this little Ironman streaming series, this is our high score, level 7, alright? We got 91 intelligence. We have 1 magic item to our name. It's the Robes of Ice touch spell that we had to use. We had a crazy night. We went from being, well, we started off the series, this stream, with the idea of going on a crime spree. Now, we did that. We went on the crime spree, but we got just like the money we needed for a compass, and then we were going to be out of the game for good, right? Well, then, whenever we started entering shops, skullduggery was triggering, even though it was daylight, and we were no longer breaking and entering. So we took this to be as like we were being falsely accused, and like our reputation had spread far and wide. And yeah, basically we went on the run, and that was our opportunity to start killing some guards, so that we'd hopefully get invited to the Dark Brotherhood. We've been living off of the, like, as a vigilante since then, and we're gonna add to our quests. We want to join the Thieves Guilds. Alright, guys. I've missed out on the chat for like the last part of the 10 minutes or so, since I was trying to like survive and things like that. But it's been a real pleasure chatting with all of you, dungeon crawling with all of you, and it's been a very exciting stream for me, even though we've only barely touched a dungeon of this very easy one, unlike last time where the dungeons were super dangerous and chaotic. It's a very fun stream. It's a pleasure talking to you all and learning about test lore and talking theology and things like that. I'm going to be streaming again Friday night unless something comes up, same time as usual. And yeah, I'll see you there. Good night, y'all.